What is up, everybody? Ranger79 here. Got a little treat for your day. We're going to be flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the Orbx Pacific Northwest scenery from Israel Farm to Concrete Municipal to Darrington Municipal. Pretty good flight. I'm using DX10. Got a couple add-ons, Active Skynex going. Of course, the Orbx Global Vector. Using the Alabo 207 Skymaster Bush series. Great plane. And here we go. Taking off from Israel's farm. I got about 20 minutes flight time on this bird, so not the best takeoff, but we're going to be taking off and then doing a quick circle and coming back around and heading out towards Municipal. So this bird itself, pretty detailed, you can tell. I love the shadowing with the DX10 allows. We also have this bird, I'm noticing Active Skynex was on, there's a lot of turbulence. It's not the easiest bird to fly either, so just be aware of that. I am trying out Prepared 2.5 right now, and I've had to do 3 or 4 different installs, just not really feeling it. It's a good platform, don't be wrong, but micro stutters and going from like 40 frames locked was great, and then all of a sudden put some add-ons on, take off some stuff. Then I don't know if it's the add-ons I'm using or what, but I've had some serious frame drop. Just not the smoothness. I do like the HDR lighting, but I like the shadowing and lighting with what DX10 provides with Microsoft Flight Simulator. And all my Orbx scenery works great, Microsoft Flight Simulator, so can't complain there. So doing some testing. Which one I like better. I do love the Active Skynex weather engine in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I know it's still beta right now for Prepared, but just right now I'm using Rex Direct 4 with soft clouds. It is just beautiful. I had the weather on, live weather, so it was kind of overcast with a lot of wind. But it was just made it really nice, and I don't really get any frame impact from the weather. It's just beautiful, and this is how it really would probably look on April 3rd when it was recorded. So this bird itself, though, I love the landing gear. You can land a little harder than usual, and it just flex out. It's pretty awesome. I'll do some more videos where I have different views. Right now, this wasn't like a recording. Per se, like playback was actually just me live in the cockpit, just doing different views, that kind of thing. Didn't have many problems. I was locked at 30 frames. I have adaptive VSync on. I got some other tweaks. Got a lot of tweaks actually for my Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's working great. That's why it's kind of hard for me to leave right now. I'm going to prepare it full time because it's just looking great. With this, I didn't have any really major problems at all. It was just working really well. Didn't have any really flashes or any of that bullshit, you know. So really enjoyed the flight. As we keep going down here, I'm learning the systems as we go, kind of thing. Using heading, autopilot, auto elevation, or altitude elevation hold, kind of thing. Now, I've flown this airport a lot back in the day, but I haven't flown it in a while, so I was making sure I had my bearings right. Don't have the best approach coming in, but it's good enough. This plane, I can actually use the flaps good enough to get airspeed down and make adjustments for final, from base to final, so it's pretty good. This scenery is gorgeous, man, I'm telling you. I have my LOD radius at 4.5. Notice if I increase that, I get blurries. I've tried all kind of tweaks, and it just works great with the high settings I have on right now. It just works the best with the LOD radius at 4.5. No blurries, and everything works pretty well. I have my textures on 2048, and I have the settings almost maxed. Very close to max for everything. Take advantage of this great scenery. I mean, they did an excellent job with this pack. I mean, it makes the game go from the default scenery to this scenery. There's There's no comparison. So we're coming up, just looking around here. Beautiful scenery, and we're going to see a bridge to our right hand. I should have went to the bridge sooner and started making my base turn, but I was kind of engulfed in the scenery here. I have these settings for Municipal and Israel all maxed. Israel might turn the grass down a little bit, but working pretty well. So we're on final, a little off, trying to go as low as possible without hitting the trees. Like I said, this bird is beautiful. It's a little challenging to fly. It's not too easy, but it's a good GA plane. Touchdown here. I'm gonna do a little bounce, I believe, or the wheels. Yeah, the wheels spread out a little bit or down. So not too bad. The only thing I had to do is adjust. I put my head up to see over the cockpit. So not too bad at all. So we're coming back around. We're just gonna go inside, look at the scenery a little bit. Go inside the map area. Got people flow on. Yeah, very nice. Beautiful airport, really is. So we're going to close our windows, start taxiing for takeoff. We're going to be taking off and then heading towards Darrington. We're just going to follow the river around, go from there. And it's starting to get, it's probably about 5:30, 5:40 right now, p.m. So it's not dark yet, but the sun is fading. So you're going to notice even in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the actual shading when we get airborne on the mountains. I mean, the terrain shading is beautiful, and it is direct reflection from the sun. So it's not like shadows that are just baked in like some of the tree shadows. This is actually terrain shadowing, which I didn't even know DX10 even did that, but you're gonna see what I'm talking about when we get airborne. It's really beautiful. Still, like I said, still learning the systems in this plane. Rudder isn't too bad, but there was a lot of crosswind, so when we're going up, we're gonna have a little bit of crosswind, but it wasn't too bad. I also have GA traffic on for Orbs, but right now it's probably too late. There wasn't any traffic, and ultimate traffic too, but it doesn't really work too well with Orbs unless you place a flight plan manually, which I don't really do. Alright, so we're going to line up here for our takeoff. And I do recommend, if you have Microsoft Flight Simulator having problems, give the DX10 a try. Steve's DX10 fixer. It was offline for a while. He opened it back up. I think 2.6 I'm on right now. And you can buy it from a. It's not off Microsoft or not Flight Sim Store. It's off another program. But I bought it, installed it. Works great. It really transforms the game. It really does. And almost everything I have is compatible with it. Really is. No issues. Turn off our strobes and landing lights. I love the cloud effects. They're just beautiful. Very overcast. Not too much. I'm not too taxing the system. I got out, I think, 2048 for all the clouds. Using the heading bug. I want to try this bird, maybe Australia, England, Wales, be fun. But back to prepared, I just don't know. I mean, I'll fly with it, but I don't get the smoothness like I can get with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Of course, you fly near Seattle and Microsoft Flight Simulator or prepared, you're going to get some frame hits or something like that, some big city with a lot of auto-gen going on, but I get really smooth performance with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, some planes I do notice work better with prepared, like the Coronado Phenom, a lot more smooth, less frame rate hit. At least it was until I installed a couple add-ons. I believe it might have something to do with the G100 Garmin or G1000, but I don't know. Alright, so we're looking at some of the terrain shadowing now. Just sun's off to our right. This is not baked in. This is actually the shadows from the terrain from the other mountains, which is just gorgeous. Look at that. Get a better view here in a second. Yeah, look at that. That is gorgeous. It's really hard to switch completely once you get your Mini, because we all know we all spend hours and hours, or at least I did, off and on trying to tweak your settings to get the best performance. And I got a pretty good config now with my settings. I got a 780 graphics card, so it's not over the top, but I think the i7 4790 overclocked at 4.8, HT enabled, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm running this off of SSD and 840, Samsung 840 Pro. So I'm kind of getting a little crazy with space between prepared and FSX. I got so many add-ons, but look at that shadowing, guys. That is just gorgeous. Look at that. It's just hard to beat it. Switching over completely. But I might try a couple test flights. And a lot of the airports for Orbs that I own, they're not supported right now fully. I think it's about 14 or 15 that have the triple installers. But there's a lot of new airports coming out that will be supported, so it's good. Right, so now we're looking at our path to Darrington. Follow the river around. It's still very overcast. Like I said, I didn't have any frame hits with the overcast skies. Active Skynex, it really smooths transition. It updates the weather. Don't like the way the weather engine in prepared is operating. Active Skynex is okay, but just not the same smooth and fluidity that this has. I guess from years of testing and perfecting it, we got it down. So I'm gonna take it off autopilot now. Just gonna line up the airport, go around, look at the scenery. It's like a wood mill, really nice. It's starting to get dark. Some of the orbital lighting is coming out. Couple. It's not much lighting here. Look at that skyline now, it's gorgeous. That's pretty. But this little bird here, this little C207 is really nice. Did purchase the DA42, but I haven't really flew it too much. I had a similar version, I think, from Iris back in the day. It's pretty fun, but this is a good bird just to fly around for GA, and you kind of land where you want, kind of thing. Pretty nice. It reminds me of the 2-way Caravan a little bit, the way it handles. This approach, I'm going to get on base, turn into it a little bit too much, should level out, then come in, but It's okay. We'll adjust fire here. Going at an angle. Like I said, this bird, use the flaps. Get your speed down, level out, and it's pretty. Use your rudder control, and you're okay. Pretty steep angle. Avoid the trees. Use the rudder control. Get back on the runway, and there we go. The mountain in front is beautiful, man. So we come to a taxi to our J parking. I have all the settings for this airport turned up. There's a barbecue going on. You can hear that. I think it's like a one of the grills or something going crazy. We start parking here. Well, the smoke from the chimneys really enhances the effect with the sun right now going down, and it's really nice. Got almost all the airports for PNW, so I'm gonna do some more flying, some more videos. Different weather conditions. I might keep the weather on the way it is, this live, because you never know what can happen. So this is really pretty. Like I said, I'm still learning the systems. I know how to start her up. Shut down is pretty easy. It's not a hard aircraft to master by any means. It's pretty. I love the sound effects. It's pretty nice. If you're landing or you're turning, you know that sounds is pretty nice with the wheel effects. I'm also using EZDOK obviously for my the track R. You don't see it too much in this video, except for the views, but that comes in really in handy. And the new 18.5 version works really well with both Microsoft Flight Simulator and Prepared. Because the developer was sick for a little while, and now he's back, and he updated it, which is working great. And look at those clouds, beautiful. Just love the weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator, obviously. Alright, well, we're almost at our destination point. Gonna turn her off and head off for some burgers, I guess. So I hope everyone watching this has a great Easter. We had an Easter egg hunt this morning. Our little community was fun. But I want everyone to be safe. And if you like these videos, push the like button, subscribe, and let me know what kind of scenery you want to see in Flight Simulator. Any orb scenery, we can make it happen, and do some test flights and just have a good time. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions about the add-ons or my settings, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for flying with me. Ranger 79 out.